Call Dixon County Commission regular meeting to order, 14th November 2024. You stand for the flag salute.
Allegiance to the flag of the United States of America, and to the republic which stands one nation under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
I make a motion to approve the agenda with rescheduling of the special county commission meeting for December 2nd be postponed until next week.
I'll second it.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? If not, all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Consent agenda. Minutes of the November 7th meeting, expenditures of $284,806.72. SD security wire, $4,702.50. And checks of $14,445.61. Utility wire of $24,806.803.59.
I moved it for approve the consent agenda.
Second.
Been moved and seconded. And I will make a note, the reason the hand checks are so much is we had a jury trial and then the election was all on that. All those in favor of motion to approve the consent agenda? Got to make that motion.
You did your vote for the vote.
We have the motion in seconds.
Yeah. Wait for the vote. All in favor?
Aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Commission comments and committee reports. Ron?
Oh, gee, it's nice weather out there. We're all out here seeing this beautiful weather roll in, but harvest has wrapped up pretty good in our communities. I'm glad there's not been accidents and things that we see some years. Had a good harvest, it looks like. Did spend a little time at the juvenile detention center yesterday. And as many of you heard on the news, we've lost an inmate, a young 17-year-old man, young boy. And it's under investigation, but they're looking into that. And anytime you lose somebody in a facility, it's pretty detrimental. There's a lot of care and take the responsibility there that goes into that. I want to thank the road crew. We go around, look at our road ditches and they're mowing pretty good. We might want to put a little money into mower. I see some skipping going on out there, a couple of blades, but we'll look into that. But we appreciate their time. You know, those road ditches, mowing those ditches that's a tough deal and dangerous deal. We appreciate them spending the time out there doing that. So that's all I have.
Good, Ron. Lynn?
I have a Central Kansas mental health meeting that's going to take place in Salina on Monday, and we're in it with other counties. And we have a commissioner-elect from Ottawa County, and they're part of that group because they serve surrounding counties and lots of issues with Central Kansas mental health. So the partnership and working with the individual counties really is important. And they're not only just involved in the county level, but Central Kansas Mental Health Facility works very closely with the schools and just any particular group. So we'll have our regular board meeting and that takes place. And that's all I have.
Thank you. Commissioner Ottawa County, I'm sorry, I was working at the computer. Your commissioner-elect, what's your name? And Dwayne?
From third district, Ottawa County, which will be on the west side of Ottawa County. It's all of Ottawa County as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, right. Thanks for attending today. Work session this morning, our Sheriff Davis was in. Give us a highlight of some of the stuff that's going on. I think he said he got 4 or 5 out of county residents that are in our jail. Proclamations, have none? No.
For the Open Meetings Act, KSA 75-4317 and 75-4318A, as the elected board, the county commission is not allowed to meet or make any decisions without posting the meeting. They are only allowed to act on items on the agenda which they set. During their regular meeting, the county commission may allow for public comments on items not listed on the approved agenda. If you wish to provide comments, please come forward to the podium and state your name and address. If you are online, raise your hand and we will unmute you. State your name and address, please. Each person may speak for 3 minutes. The allotted time will start after the speaker has given his or her name and address. Public comments shall be addressed to the county commission only and not to the speaker or the audience. Only the county commission will be permitted to ask the speaker questions. The public comment period is not a back and forth discussion with the county commission. You should make your views and input known to them, but it is not a time to ask them questions. You should not expect them to respond to your comments. Comments may express support or agreement with the previous speaker, but in the interest of time, please do not repeat the same information. You may state something to the effect of your name and address, and you agree with the previous speaker. It is important to maintain a respectful, non-threatening atmosphere for anyone who would like to speak. Please do not engage in such actions as cheering, booing, clapping, insults, threats, etc.
Also at this time, we have a notice out there that we're only going to be taking written deals on the wind farm issue. Appreciate you being here, but it was put on our webpage on the 19th at noon.
At noon.
Accepting comments written only. So,
And we had this many come in today also, so those will
Yeah. being
all
all
be for our review.
anything will be come in now, has to come in by the 19th at noon.
Correct.
For public comment.
Yep.
So any other public comments that are not on the agenda besides that?
I'm sorry, I'm not on a hearing. Can you repeat that?
Yes. No public comments will be accepted today on the wind farm issue.
We're only accepting written comments, and there's an email address that's posted on the website or the Facebook page for you to send comments until noon on the 19th of November. That gives the commission time to review before the meeting next week.
What's the reason why we can't speak?
Because the commission is accepting written comments on the wind farm issue only. This is their meeting and that's their determination what they're going to do.
Damon.
Barb Barrett, 1608, 900 Avenue. I do have some questions about the education and transparency process. The Facebook page, if you need me, I can pull it up. It does say you allow written comments, but it does not say you are only allowing written comments and that no public comments are allowed today. So that is my primary question, asking clarification about that. I know that there's a lot of confusion in the community. It's a very charged issue. And as a taxpayer, I feel like transparency is lacking, education is lacking. And I don't feel like the Facebook post was adequate for that determination to be made today. Don't know if there's any way you can reconsider that because it did not say no one can speak on wind today. Those words are not on the post.
If I remember correctly, it said we'd only be accepting public comment or public.
It said public comments, written comments will be accepted. It did not say public comments are not accepted. That's my problem. Will you accept questions from the audience?
No.
Okay.
Yeah, what's your determination on that? Was it posted correctly or not? I know you haven't had time to address this issue.
Well, are you looking that up, Janelle, just to see what the verbiage is on that?
And correct, and that's another question. The only place that I saw that was on Facebook.
On our webpage, should have been.
If someone can show that to us.
That's where I saw it, but I haven't.
Okay,
Yeah, it was under the news alert, I believe.
Yeah.
So the county commission will accept written comments until November 19th at 12. Please submit them by email to windfarmcomments@dkcoks.gov or by mail, attention Tim Hamilton at 109 East First Street, Abilene, Kansas.
it's missing one word, will only accept written comments.
This is the county commission's meeting. It's their determination how they're going to handle this. And so they're accepting written comments on the wind farm issue.
I appreciate everybody being here, but I don't want to say overkill is a problem. So, I mean, I think we've heard everything. Like I said, if I get more written comments, because like I said, we had 40 or 50 emails today, one way or the other.
Correct, but the perception here is you're not allowing written comment and it's not on the agenda with
Sorry about that.
an inadequate Facebook post. So, I mean, that perception isn't great.
Okay.
So I mean, we're just here to agree to disagree, but that's a huge root cause of this whole confusion is lack of transparency in education. So,
Taken.
okay, thank you.
Just going to present, I'm Marla Wright, 1372 Key Road, Abilene, Kansas.
and I will give you copies of the information, which this gal couldn't get it to you from, she's working. And these were her comments that. Yes. And also, I wanted to share with you the remaining 210 petitions, citizen petitions protesting the.
The protest petition period has ended.
These are citizens. I misspoke. Citizen petitions. So that's,
All the ones we got before.
yes, you got 335 in March and these are an additional 210.
Okay.
Okay, thank you.
Thank you, Mark.
Speaking, I would just like to submit written comment, please.
Mhm. Thank you.
Hi, Mary Folliard, 2500 Avenue, Chapman. Okay, I have a short little thing to say, yeah, but I'll let you read it
Thank you.
since we're not allowed to speak. I do have a couple of questions outstanding from that. The notification process of people, what if you're not on Facebook? What if you're not on internet? You're just SOL essentially with you guys? Okay, that's right. You don't speak back. Okay, there's obvious.
That's the method of getting information out kind of on an equal basis, so.
Okay. There's obviously an incredible amount of confusion in this county about these different projects, the approval or denial process. We are seeking transparency and how we are to proceed with protesting, with doing the appeals. And I mean clear speaking, because there's so much confusion from one meeting to the next of what we are supposed to do, what we're not supposed to do, what you can do, what you can't do. So obviously we need education to the public of how we are to proceed in meeting with you and protesting or supporting an issue. So how will y'all, what steps are taken to improve the transparency and education to the public for proceeding with any issue? Because it is sorely lacking in this one project. So we'd like you to address that in a timely manner, preferably before you vote. Thanks.
Thank you. Anybody online?
Nobody has their hand raised.
I just had a couple. One, there are certain procedures that call for public hearings. And so those are the guidelines that kind of determine that method. The other thing, and this is a change of subject. Mr. Asher, when he walked in, had a hat on. And when I saw that it had to do with the honor flight, and it also made me, all of us, we just got through Veterans Day, but the great opportunity to attend an honor flight and the service, I thank you, but if you would want to make a quick comment or anything about that trip, and not to put you on the spot, and maybe it just says enough, but I think that's such a important project and memorial, and going back to Senator Bob Dole and others. So would you please comment if you would? I
can do that. I spent 22 years in the Air Force. And when I left the Air Force, I felt like I had proudly served. And that was great for me. But what I realize is that there are a lot of veterans that didn't spend as much time and probably don't have a retirement pay. And I would just like to encourage any individual who has served on active duty and is a veteran to sign up for Honor Flight with Kansas, because it is a trip where everything is paid for. You're not treated with luxury, but you're treated like a military member who is being honored and who has the interest in being able to go back to the home community and encourage others to go. It's the opportunity of a lifetime. Just say that.
Well, thank you for your service and many others that have been in the service.
Appreciate it.
I just want to bring that up so I know it varied from our agenda. So that's all I have.
No.
Commissioners, the emergency manager and police and fire chiefs attended training on the ID system that is being used during disaster response. So that's always a good training that we participate in. The assistant county administrator and finance director is planning for an upcoming surplus auction, and we'll have a resolution for you next week on that. We're interviewing for open positions in the appraiser's office. We have an open position in the highway department and in the sheriff's department. The EMS director is working with Patterson Group on the community paramedicine grant that we received, and I'll have more details on that. The assistant county administrator also is preparing for inventory of county property per statute. The highway department is durapatching around the county. The highway department has also started the shouldering project on Old 40, and as we talked about in the study session, they started Abilene East, and they've completed a good portion of it there on the south side, and looks like we've got 5 or 6 miles to complete. They're blading roads and mowing the right of ways. And again, the county commission will accept written comments only on the CUP 2406 Hope Ridge Wind Project until November 19th at noon at windfarmcomments@dkcoks.gov.
Questions? No? No?
Thank you. Couple of things. One is, of course, we're still working with the recovery, and that's going well. There's a lot of good people that's putting in a lot of time for that to help individuals make a recovery from it. The other thing is, this is the upcoming tax sale, and you can see it's rather significant. And we'll be moving forward with that, and I hope that people are, if they're in arrears, that they are getting themselves caught up. We started on this one with this particular packet with 40 copies or 40 parcels of real estate, and we're down to about 36 right now. So 4 have got themselves out of that situation, but what we will be moving forward with is the tax sale to sell off real estate that the taxes are not being paid on. And so that's what we are working on it with right now. Thank you.
Stevie?
Yes, we had our audit and the numbers matched. So we will have our canvas today at 12:30, and we have 316 provisionals to count.
Thank you. We have no notices and communications. We have no resolutions to be discussed. Unfinished business, none. Other business, consider purchase of the emergency, pick up the emergency management.
Commissioner?
No.
Okay. Commissioner, emergency manager has a 2020 Dodge Ram 1500, and unfortunately, the pickup is not heavy duty enough to pull the disaster response trailer that we would utilize during disasters. He has found a pickup at Home Automotive. It's a 2024 Chevy Silverado 3500 with a diesel, and it is heavy duty enough to be able to pull the trailers that we need. So the current vehicle has 50,000 miles on it. The replacement vehicle has 30,000 miles on it. And the plan would be that we would list the 2020 Dodge Ram on Purple Wave and auction it off. And those proceeds would then go towards the purchase of this vehicle. So we would ask for your approval to move forward with that purchase.
Any questions for Janelle?
And then the one he has, we'll put on Purple Wave.
Yes.
So that would be an offset. And then budgetary wise,
We'll take it out of capital equipment and there would be funding in there for that. But it should be a pretty close wash. But we will have more information once we get it listed on Purple Wave and know that for sure.
That's a local purchase too, so supporting the community.
Mhm.
I'll make a motion to accept that purchase.
second.
Been moved and seconded. Any other discussion? Not all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Consider public hearing date to close portion of roadway in Liberty Township.
Commissioners, we have a petition for vacation of a roadway on behalf of Liberty Township. And they're requesting that you declare a certain roadway lying in Liberty Township between 1300 Avenue and Union Road, the intersection there, west approximately 2,350 feet to a point approximately 275 east of the half-mile line. We need to set a date for the public hearing and send out notices so they will have that information. And what I'm requesting is that you set the hearing date for December 12th at 11:15. And then we'll get the notices out to reflect that and put it on the agenda.
Any other questions for Janelle on vacating the road in Liberty Township?
I'm good.
I'll go ahead and make the motion that we do set that date. You said December 12th at 11:15
Mhm.
for the public hearing, which has to do with closing a portion of the roadway in Liberty Township.
Right. On behalf of,
This is at the request of the township.
correct.
I'll second that motion. Any other discussion? If not, all those in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Moving on, executive session for non-elected personnel.
Commissioners, this is, like you said, an executive session for non-elected personnel, and I would request that Marcia Schneider, HR Director, Marcus Rothschild, the Assistant County Administrator, myself, and the three of you, along with Doug Thompson, our attorney, be present for that. And 15 minutes should be plenty of time.
So I would make the motion that we have an executive session for non-elected personnel. And along with the commission, as what Janelle had mentioned, that would begin at 11:25, which would give time to clear the room since it is an executive session. And it would be for 15 minutes.
Second that motion. Any other discussion? Not all in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. Call the meeting back to order.
I would move that we go out of executive session. It's 12:15 and now return to regular session.
I'll second that.
Been moved and seconded. All in favor say aye.
Aye.
Opposed, motion carried. There's no action taken in either one of our executive sessions. We will be canvassing the election here today at 30 for the 2024 election. The county commission will hear the CUP for the potential wind farm November 21st, 11:15 at Stroll Hall. Anything else coming forward? I'll entertain a motion to adjourn.
So moved.
I'll second it.
Moving second. All in favor say aye. Aye. Opposed, motion carried. We stand adjourned.